Hi flutes. Let's talk a little bit about thinking about notes when you're playing your scales. So a lot of times flute players are not as comfortable playing in sharp keys as they are playing in flat keys. So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll translate sharps into flats. So for example, C sharp, you'll think of it instead as D flat, right? Enharmonically, they're the same. We play them the same way, but here's the thing. They function differently. And so you're like, well, who cares, right? It helps me to remember. Here's the thing though. If you're playing a D major scale, you have to have one of each kind of note, right? You have to have some kind of D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, right? To make the scale. So if you're thinking about a C sharp as a D flat, what happens when you think, okay, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, D flat, D, right? Then you have two different notes of D in the same scale, and it gets really, really confusing, right? When you add more sharps, what if you're playing an E major scale? It's got 4 sharps. So you're thinking E, maybe you're thinking F sharp. Sometimes we're not as mad at those as we are others. But what if you change the G sharp to an A flat? So then you're playing an E major scale, and then you play F sharp, and then you play A flat, and then you're super confused because then you have to play an A, and you've had 2 different kinds of A's in one scale, right? So let me encourage you. I know sharps are not our favorite thing, but let me encourage you to think about sharps as sharps and not trying to translate them into an enharmonic equivalent. So think about a C sharp as a C sharp. Think about a G sharp as a G sharp. A D sharp, I know. Think about a D sharp as a D sharp. Because otherwise, when you're trying to do all this translation and you're trying to play your scales, you get super lost. So I know they're not as common in band music as the flats are. I totally get it. But it is worth it to just learn the sharps as sharps and try not to translate them into flats. You might feel a little bit of resistance against that. I know, I totally get it. But it just becomes a hassle later when you're having to work through all this confusion. So let's just think of flats as flats and sharps as sharps, okay? All right, let's give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Let me know your thoughts. All right, bye.